Hi, welcome to your astrology forecast for March 26th through April 1st, 2015. On March 26th, which is today, the moon moves into Cancer. So this will have us going within a little more, and we may feel a bit more sensitive and want to kind of take care of ourselves later in the day today. And taking a nice bath or doing something for ourselves would be a good idea. And also focusing on our homes and our families and nurturing our home and family would be a good idea as well. And yeah, the best thing really is to take care of yourself on this day. And then March 27th, the moon in Cancer squares the sun in Aries, which is a first quarter moon. This could bring up some amount of tensions, and you'll really need to probably find a good balance between getting out of the house and getting some exercise and also taking care of your house and your home and your family. And you could become a little crabby if you don't do one of those things on that day. It's a good idea to do both of those things at different parts of the day. And then the moon in Cancer opposes Pluto in Capricorn, and they both square Uranus and Aries, creating a T-square. And this may bring up some tensions around your career and your home life. And you're going to want to break free and you're going to feel kind of restless on this day. And so finding a good balance there is also important. So I would say definitely get out of the house a bit and kind of exercise some of that independence and freedom that Aries is bringing, and definitely exercise as well. Get some nice walking or running or whatever it is you like to do, maybe even sports or dancing would be a good idea as well to help you kind of release some of that energy and some of those tensions that you might be having at this time. And Venus in Taurus squares Jupiter and Leo as well on this day. There's a lot of squares on this day. This could bring up some tensions when it comes to having fun and finances, and maybe finances gets brought up in a relationship setting, and you guys will have to work out a creative solution that will help you to really expand your resources and maybe even draw in more resources. So you could actually become more creative about making more money at this time. But either way, there may be sort of a tension there, and it would be a good idea to come up with something creative to make more money. And then on March 28th, the moon moves into Leo. So this is a good day to have some fun and do something creative and expressive. And don't be afraid to express yourself, and even express your emotions through something creative would be an awesome idea too. And you could even do something fun with your kids or have them do something creative and nurture their creativity and their expression and self-expression. And then on March 29th, there's a grand trine between the moon in Leo, sun in Aries, and Saturn in Sagittarius. So this will give us a good ability to focus, as well as the energy to really work towards a goal that you have and something that you have been working on for a while, and be able to put more creative energy and more of your emotions into that. And at first there may be sort of a feeling of like heaviness, and you may not really feel like doing something that you feel like you need to work on. But there is a lot of potential, and you don't want to waste that potential to really get that done and work towards that. And you could really put a lot of yourself into it at this time. And then on March 30th, the moon conjuncts Jupiter in Leo. And this helps us to feel more expansive and maybe have a sense of wanting to go somewhere or go on maybe you're thinking about planning a trip for the summer or something and getting excited about getting away for a while. So it's a good day to kind of think of that and maybe even go on a little trip or a little journey. Might even be more of an inner journey kind of thing, or learning something new. You might feel more willing to learn about other cultures and other people's belief systems and stuff like that. And then Venus and Taurus trines Pluto and Capricorn. And this is going to be having us dig deep into our relationships and really share more of ourselves than we ever have before. And we could even discover new gifts within ourselves that are extremely creative and beautiful parts of ourselves that we haven't really been able to look at before, maybe parts that we've previously rejected, and be able to transform a creative project so that it expresses more of ourselves. And it can also help us to come up with a new way of taking care of our finances or our careers, and we could put a lot more of our beauty and love into. And then the sun conjuncts the south node in Aries. So this is helping us to let go of selfish tendencies and self-centeredness at this time. Maybe that will be slightly exaggerated on this day. We will be maybe a little bit more egotistical than usual lately. And the South Node's kind of going to keep us in check so that we don't get carried away with that. And then Mercury moves into Aries. So our communication is going to become a lot more forthright, and we will be a lot more forthcoming in our communication. And it's important to be tactful as well in doing that, because we're going to be a lot more bold and impulsive in our communication. So you don't want to be too blunt when you're communicating with people. But it's really good for getting clear about how you communicate, getting clearer about what you want to communicate, as well as being able to express yourself a lot easier and be more bold and straightforward in the way you communicate, and even be able to communicate your truth a lot easier. Just make sure to use some amount of tact in doing that, and make sure to listen to other people's ideas as well, because we can get a little too focused on our own ideas at this time as well. And then on March 31st, Mars moves into Taurus. So this is going to give us a burst of energy into our money area, and we could even become more defensive about our values and our principles. We might become a little bit overly principled during this time and maybe a little stubborn about that. So make sure to be open to other people's ideas and be mindful of maybe that other people have different values than you. And try not to get too defensive about your own values. But it's awesome for putting forth a lot of energy into a project that might make you money, or into something that you truly value. And it's also great for possibly doing something active that is somewhat more physical in a sense, maybe dancing or maybe yoga or something that really gets you into your body more. And then the moon moves into Virgo. So this is great for focusing on the details, and the main thing you want to watch out for is over-analyzing your emotions, or being overly critical of other people, or even overly critical of yourself. But it is great for taking care of your daily responsibilities, and if you have pets, it's also good for taking care of them. And it's also important to focus on your health on that day. Make sure you eat healthy stuff, because you may regret it if you don't, because you might get a little crabby if you eat the wrong sort of food on that day. It's also good for digesting new information and just sifting through information and organizing information as well. And then on April 1st, there is a grand trine between the moon in Virgo, Venus in Taurus, and Pluto in Capricorn. So this is going to be helping us in our relationships, and it's going to be revealing things that need to change and transform in those relationships, things that maybe have been hidden previously, and we may need to implement new ways of taking care of our daily routines and our money and our careers as well. So we could also nurture and put a lot of ourselves and our love into our careers at this time and into the ways that we make money and our daily responsibilities, so that it expresses more of who we truly are and the deeper parts of ourselves. And it's great for finding new gifts in those areas. And then Venus and Taurus sextiles Chiron and Pisces. And this could bring up a bit of wounds around relationships, previous things that may come back to the surface, that where somebody has been, hurt somewhere. But it's also great for being very nurturing to somebody who's been hurt, and being very compassionate and caring for somebody who's been through a hard time. And it's also could bring up wounds around money and or self-worth. So it's important to be compassionate towards yourself, even if that's an issue for you, and also being compassionate towards somebody else who might have self-worth issues as well. Okay, that's it for the week. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you soon, and have an awesome week.